Membership to my website is now open again for a limited time. Why will 99.999% of people be taken by surprise and become sudden victims to the devastation caused by the preliminary Empcoe events? Even those that have heard about it? You've been duped. While you weren't paying attention, you have been a victim of conditioning. Conditioning. Noun. The process of training or accustoming a person or animal to behave in a certain way or to accept certain circumstances. Newsflash. Movies and television shows' main purposes are not for entertainment. People do not understand what entertainment is, who controls what is aired and promoted, and what its purposes are. It's to serve the ones in control, not just to entertain the slaves. What has conditioning done to you? Nothing that major has happened yet, right? It's got you thinking that catastrophic events are quick, and all deaths will be quick. It's got you expecting some sudden, worldwide, extraordinary event, getting you to overlook the slow, subtle changes already occurring. People are so conditioned by the movies and what they depict that they think a catastrophe can't possibly be on the way, assuming localized catastrophes to be random, normal, freak, extreme weather events. You have been waiting to do anything at all, thinking there will be some epic, worldwide, strange event that is hard to miss. Movies, television shows, and the media have you believing that you will be warned in plenty of time by the powers that be. People mistakenly think they will know when a catastrophic event will be coming and have plenty of time to prepare and get out. They think they will be warned. They think they'll see it coming. The reality is, right under your noses, localized, severe, and abnormal weather catastrophes have been happening on a regular basis since December of 2018. You wouldn't know about most of them unless you spent most of the hours of your day searching them out. Most don't get any coverage. How do they hide these preliminary signs of the Empcoe that happen on a daily basis? Keep people entertained, busy, and distracted. Flood news sources with one weather catastrophe story to keep people's attention so they don't see all the other localized weather catastrophes happening. If they cover it, they can frame it however they want, calling these, quote, hurricanes, when they aren't hurricanes at all. People think we're just using fear porn, when in reality, we've sugar-coated what we can really expect. So I'm going to give you some real fear porn. People need to see this, and I'm not sorry for doing what needs to be done. There is nothing scarier than real life is for millions of people around the world already affected by extreme weather this year, and what life will be for us all very soon. Let's look at the reality for people in the case of just one recent severe weather event.
Nightmare in the Bahamas escalates. At least 80 people now confirmed dead. The country's top health official says the final body count could be, according to him, staggering. Morticians are on the ground embalming bodies because they don't have enough coolers to fit all of the storm's victims.
My boyfriend and him, they like push lampposts out of the way literally to get people out. And we left one of our neighbors, we lost our neighbor. We left him there, and he was there from Sunday when we reported him there, and he's still there.
He's still there, yeah.
Yeah. The body's still there, swollen and everything.
We're hearing more and more horrific stories from survivors who were on the Empcoe Islands where the storm surge was more than 23 feet, and the winds, 185 miles an hour, gusting much higher. A man told the Nassau Guardian newspaper he was treading water with his 5-year-old son, trying to cling to the roof of their home when a powerful gust blew that young boy into the raging floodwaters. The father says his son was, quote, reaching for me and calling me Daddy as the storm swept him away.
I only have these clothes. Where should I go? I don't have nowhere to go. I ain't got nobody else. My mommy dead, my brother, my cousin.
What happened to your family?
They dead in the water. The body right there by the church, they just moved my brother. I went there, I just see mommy. Mommy's still in the floor.
Shepard, I'm standing in what used to be somebody's house here on Empcoe Island. Just the foundation is left. And really in what used to be somebody's neighborhood. Because as far as I can see behind me, off to the right, off to the left, there is nothing left here. It's as if someone took a snow globe and just shook it over and over again. This is not the kind of hurricane that just tears the roof off a house. It's the kind of hurricane that hit here with 185-mile-per-hour winds for 2 days.
That's her passport, my mommy passport. The whole bag, I just went back, I find it on the floor. My brother, he dead in the water in the hurricane Sunday morning.
You mentioned the body count. That is going to change dramatically because when you stand here, you can smell bodies. I can see dead dogs from where I'm standing, and when I walked with Chris Pontius over that hill to a church there, you could actually see dead bodies protruding from the rocks, bloating and bloody in the sun after several days here. As far as the body collection, we've seen one storage truck which holds bodies, and we've seen police really walk through here with machetes, really guided by a sense of smell, trying to find more bodies.
It's the stench of that we walk through to get to the boat. The stench of that is so bad.
It's almost like a flotilla of desperate people trying to get out of here. They're taking women and children first. Jump on the boat. You can't bring any bags, but at least you can get out of Empcoe Island, which for many people here is just a hell with nothing.
You're on an island where you don't know what's going on. You're not getting any sense of communication. Everybody's saying this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. It doesn't make no sense. We really, really, really need to get off this island.
And you say to them, what do you have? Nothing. What do you mean, nothing? You have absolutely nothing. So
from last night, we've been sleeping outside right there on the floor. In the floor, on the grass. Same thing again tonight.
People basically don't even know where their house was. This is such a jumble at this point, Shepard.
We don't have no help here.
Right now, I ain't get no help. I ain't get no help. Nobody come help nobody. Nobody come help nobody. I don't know where my children is. No phone, no nothing.
You don't know where your children are?
No, my children is a free because I come to work there.
Oh, okay.
You understand? Nobody come to nothing. They said nothing to nobody. Today make it 6 days.
That being said, at the hospital over here, there's still a lot of people whose medications have run out, and there's not enough helicopters taking them in and out. So
a lot of people are saying, oh, they're evacuating, but When we go there, it's, oh, you go here first, go to the airport. You go to the airport, it's 120 people, and nobody's giving you any idea of how to get on the planes. Then they say, oh, a boat is coming. You go to the boat, to the dock to find out if a boat is coming, and they say, no, we're not carrying cargo, so we don't know what's going on. We just want to know how to get out of here.
Dead people right there by the church right there in the back there. Nobody can move them.
But the need is huge, and the need is dramatic. It's just too quiet. These people are too desperate, and we've seen how this story plays out. When people don't have food, don't have water, things can spiral badly quickly.
Whatever water, we have one jug, we have to share. We have one spoon rice, we have to share. We have one cigarette, we have to share. That's where we live in. We can survive.
I think 3 or 4 people was died because the whole thing got over them. You see? They must be just moving the body today. You see one there? Yeah, that's a dead body right here. In 6 days, and nobody reached there.
It is very, very, very hard. You could imagine we even can't no more go to no gas station. We don't have no stores, and thank God the storm for us to get some food. You understand? It's me, I lose every day.
We're looking to be evacuated because a lot of persons there's medical issues with persons, so we need to get out. Persons need medical aid, the gloves, the masks, water, boots. If they are water, we can survive on water.
These storms are not hurricanes, tropical storms or depressions, cyclones, typhoons, monsoons, or anything else they use to label them. They're calling this a Category 5 hurricane. It was a storm, but it wasn't a typical hurricane. Just like the storm that hit the Carolinas in the U.S. a few weeks ago, many tornadoes did a lot of the damage. Since when are hurricanes wrapped up in tornadoes? Since the pre-Empcoe storms have begun. The reality is, these will seem a lot like the storms we once knew, only they will continue to increase in frequency and intensity. These storms will be the thing that initially displaces most of the world's population. Then you can look forward to waiting out the rest of your days in a Walmart somewhere until the food and water runs out, or that area gets devastated. The truth is that many of the Empcoe's deadly preliminary signs that will displace, injure, or kill are things we already know to occur, like fires, flooding, tornadoes, high winds, lightning strikes, gas explosions, or other extreme weather. But it will be everywhere, springing up out of nowhere. These storms have been highly unpredictable. What we've witnessed this year is that they pop up, the sky opens, and inches of torrential rain or hail fall in a short duration. There have been thousands of signs, if you know what to look for, and if you have the time to actually look for them. If you're waiting until you witness something yourself in your area to do something about it, it will already be too late for you. You will already be displaced or worse. just like the millions across the world already. The reality of the preliminary events leading up to the Empcoe are less like what is shown in movies and more like death by 1,000 cuts. The time to do something is now. Directions on how to join can be found in the description of this video or on the About page of my website at miasnewpairofglasses.com.